an innocent person who was just riding his bike and who knows where he was going. Are you his family?
Jana Morrison
I'm so sorry.
was one of the first to rush to 65-year-old John Kinn's side.
Did compressions on his chest, trying to get his heart coming.
But she says the impact was just too much.
You just hope that you can save him, but he had a very traumatic head injury that it was just sad.
Police say Kinn was struck while riding his bike, and they say the man driving this car was responsible for his death.
I told him, you got to come back.
Sam Torres saw the driver speed away from the scene and pulled into this parking lot and confronted him.
He said, did I hit a garbage can? I said, no, you hit a person. And he freaked out.
Torres says he then left his car and ran.
He just destroyed a family.
A family.
My heart is broken, Dad, just like yours.
I know, sweetheart.
A son and granddaughter. That right here in the middle of a crime-taped road.
Did you guys just find out?
Just barely.
Oh my gosh.
Learned of their loved one's tragic death.
I was calling him, telling him about the Jazz winning, and I called, and then cop answered, and he was like, there's been an accident.
It's sad, but he's not in pain.
An accident that still needs closure for police.
The person that did it didn't care. I mean, he just, I don't know. It's just heartbreaking.
And for Kinn's family.
Help find this guy, please. If you know who did it, help turn him in.
Fire trucks and cop cars and a crash.
Oh my God.
Straight out of a movie.
It's pretty crazy.
I just asked him out back, I said, what happened? He said, I don't know.
Here it comes, Maybe. This little white car went pretty fast.
A woman named Karma was one of the first on scene.
Oh, yeah.
To an ordeal that most certainly was not.
It went right through the fence and through the wall and everything else,
A mangled car.
That vehicle turned in front of the westbound traveling vehicle and there was a collision.
That ricocheted from lane to living room.
The front tires were like right above the couch.
The couch.
She was on the couch watching TV.
Where Maria Rodriguez had just been sitting.
She just got up to get a cup of water to the kitchen.
When the car
But they're going to try and pull it out now.
came barreling through.
And she thought it was outside, and when she turned, she saw the car. I guess she has diabetes and she got thirsty. She gets thirsty a lot.
A thirst for life, apparently.
She thinks that God doesn't need her yet.
Providence.
You can see the windshield, it's totally caved in.
I was just happy that she was okay.
Perhaps even karma.
I don't know what else to say.
A miraculous ending
That's what's exciting.
to an ugly crash.
I'm about through with this. I need a drink. I got to get home. I got to get a drink of water.
A drink to this family's narrow mix. A toast to their health.
I'm just glad no one really got hurt over it. There was kids in the car, people in the home, and I'm glad everybody's safe. Yeah.
About 15 or 20 firefighters walking off the ridge, off the south side.
When there's a wildfire burning near the place you call home,
Grab them water to take up on the mountain.
you can't help but pay attention.
How long do you think that helicopter can go without refueling?
But if you're anything like 11-year-old Andrew Rhodes,
Say like the fire that happened up there. Doesn't look like it has a bucket underneath it.
you pay close attention.
With the wind going this direction, I'd say there's at least an 85.6% chance of pine trees going up and causing another fire. That's just my analysis.
Rhodes is in 6th grade, and when it comes to weather
I'm a weather nerd.
and wildland fires,
There's definitely more fire behind the ridge up there.
although he's not an actual expert, you could say
Trust me, I know this, I've had experience.
he's pretty close.
You can see a few patches of fire up there. It might go up.
Right now, what's known as the Water Tower fire in Alpine is sitting at almost 400 acres burned with only 25% containment. And although homes are no longer threatened, it's still unnerving for a lot of folks like Rhodes.
A single gust of wind can turn the tide of like having it under control, and then boom, it's out of control.
To sit back and watch.
It's really interesting to me.
But compared to yesterday, Rhodes' amateur observation says,
It's looking pretty good.
and as for the nearly 100 firefighters working to put it out,
They all deserve a giant Gatorade.
if everyone watching from this angle could thank them, they would.
I really appreciate all the help we've gotten because I've seen definitely some places that, some fire departments that definitely aren't from around here.
Okay, I'm through with your card there.
Helping library patrons
And we'll go check that out for you.
find what they're looking for
You got it.
is something John Everett
You're welcome.
has been doing for decades.
I've worked for the library for 25 years.
And in that time, he's seen the collection change year
There are right now 87,000 titles in the library.
after year.
We've been as high as 95,000. We stock a lot of books. So it's still on its way up.
He says keeping track of all the hardbacks and soft covers is getting easier with new technology.
All it had was the postage date.
Which is why when the library got this anonymous letter in the mail,
Dear sirs, I borrowed this book from the library some 50 years ago.
they knew it hadn't been checked out recently.
I just came across it in doing some cleaning and decided that it should be returned to your collection. Sorry. That's kind of hilarious if you ask me.
A tiny book
Isn't that crazy?
taken out in the 60s.
And the book was printed in 1883. It's in really good shape.
And as tiny as libraries are, word spread quickly.
I've never heard of that after 50 years.
Sometimes we forget stuff.
Yeah, I've had a book late.
I would just keep it. I just can't see myself going to the trouble to bring it back.
I would say I'm sorry about that.
An honest mistake or a way to get out of paying a late fee.
$1,700 if you didn't cap it.
Either way, Everett says he's glad somebody remembered and decided to do the right thing.
If they're listening, know that we appreciate it being returned, even if it's a few years late.
It's a park where anything is possible. A place where the sky isn't even the limit, where aiming for the stars is perpetually a work in progress.
I'm not sleeping at night because I am so excited about this.
To Mike Clemens,
Things are really happening here.
this construction site at the Stansbury Park Observatory is a real-life field of dreams.
This exceeds even my wildest dreams.
It's a new home,
Like a match made in heaven.
built to welcome Clemens' biggest dream of all.
This is the mirror assembly of the telescope.
The Clemens telescope.
When fully assembled, it's about 35 or so feet long, about the size of a school bus.
A telescope so big, it's earned a distinct title.
It is the largest amateur telescope.
It's the largest amateur telescope in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
Right.
Needless to say, it works.
Equipped with a 70-inch spy satellite mirror,
I had the good fortune of being able to get this through an auction.
it's a telescope that has surprised its own creator.
Like me saying to you, hey, you want to take a sip of this soda that I'm drinking, and then I hand you a fire hose. So it's completely overwhelming.
Shock and awe
Bar none, this is the big one.
that's soon to be delivered from a new pad.
A big telescope takes a big house, and we've been fortunate to get the funding needed to put this together and make it a reality.
A launching pad for bigger and bolder dreams.
We will have people come in from all over to have the opportunity to look through this telescope.
An observatory
That is amazing. That's cool.
turned destination.
Thanks.
And aspirations to see with the naked eye,
And that's where we're going to look through it.
where no man has seen before.
Galaxies, deep sky objects.
Objects potentially further than 10 billion light years away.
I believe it's possible.
Possible, like the telescope,
My name is Mike Clemens. I'm a truck driver for Centauri Refrigerated.
imagined by a truck driver.
As a kid, I was always fascinated with the stars, and then I got into building my own telescope.
Up to his biggest.
I had pretty much visualized it in my head.
And its new home, Clemens hopes his genius, his grand design,
I would categorize myself as a chronic tinkerer.
his tinkering,
Oh, yeah.
will inspire others to dream.
It need not be telescopes, but whatever your interest is, if you want something badly enough, you can pursue it.